Hello, everyone. Anyone and no one. This is my attempt at going live again. But what I want to talk about today is heroin. I'm not going to be too long, at least I don't think so, because, you know, but I was informed, excuse me, I was informed by management here in this hell-ridden apartment complex that I live in. And she informed me this morning that there have been multiple people ODing on the property from heroin. She informed me that there were just three last night, and she believed that at least two, if not all three, resulted in death. Well, I don't know these people at all. Okay, so that's not a problem for me. My condolences goes out to their families, their children, and if they are still alive, um, hopefully this was the first or and the last wake up call that they would need. Uh, OD with the heroin. Um, I'm angry. I'm outraged. Um, I lost my baby brother, youngest brother, to heroin in 2014. And he really was the love of all the members of my family. I mean, they could have animosity towards one another, they could fight, they could bicker, they could love one another. It didn't matter. Um, he was still the one that everyone just adored. And even when he did things that he shouldn't do, little five finger, sticky fingers here, lies, things like that, it didn't matter. You couldn't help but love him. And no, I'm not painting him as a angel because he was far from being an angel. And he was far from being an angel. However, he was nowhere on the list of the baddest of the bad, meaning, you know, a bad person, but he had his faults. He had his demons. And one was drugs. The other one was more on a personal level with him. I think it was also a mental issue. I won't speak on that because that's not what this is about. This is about losing our loved ones to drugs, to heroin, to crack, to meth, um, cocaine. I don't know what else is out there. Synthetic marijuana. This is crazy, and we're losing our parents and our grandparents, and we're losing our children and our grandchildren, and we're losing our neighbors and our schoolmates and our I don't know what you call people you go to church with. So the parishioners. We're losing all of these people because of a drug and addiction. That right here. I'm not going to want to hear people's excuses and reasons, however validated they may be. It's sort of like, if you cannot swim, you do not get in a body of water. And you definitely do not get in a body of water that instantly covers your head. You don't do any of these things alone because you do not know how to swim. So you jump in this water and you frailing about or whatever, and you drown. And now whose fault is it? Is it the hotels, the theme park, the neighbors? Is it Nana's? I mean, you 18, 19, 22, 47, 63. You know that you cannot swim. But you jump in this water, you succumb, you drown. Then your family and friends want to blame everyone and everything around the situation. Well, they should have had a cover on the pool. Someone should have been there. And no, honey, we're not talking about a 5-year-old. We're probably talking about a 15-year-old, 25-year-old, a 55-year-old, but we're not talking about a 5-year-old here. So I have to put the majority of the fault on the actual addict themselves. Now, everyone has their reason, good, the bad, the confused, or no reason at all, just because it was there to do. But my point is, they're leaving behind people and this enormous weight of pain that leads to health problems and mental problems of those left behind. My little brother died and left behind two sons and two daughters, verified. And I say that because, well, he was handsome and he was a Rolling Stone and he wasn't married and he wasn't in a full on committed relationship with anyone during the time of his passing. So, verified. My brother left behind two children, two sons, two daughters. I mean, four, I'm sorry, two sons, two daughters. He also left behind a mom, a dad. Let me see. One, two, three, four. He left behind seven siblings. So there's six of us by my mom, but his dad has another son. So he left behind seven siblings, four children, a mother and a father, some step parents and things and that like that, and of course friends, family, cousins and things like that. But when I tell you he sucked the life out of this family, and what I mean by this family, I mean my mom, myself, my siblings, my spouse, my children. Okay. And I'll throw my aunt and my cousin in there. But he killed us all. We're walking around, we're dead. And I know one day we may pull out of this and, you get better mentally and things like that. But right now, like, at least for me, it's not that time. For my mom, it's not that time. I try. I now, and I'm not going to blame it all on his death, but man, let me tell you, since his passing, I started to lose my hair. My vision is going down. I now wear glasses. I've been wearing glasses for about the past 2.5, 3 months. I am on depression meds because there are more days than not that I can't physically get out of the bed. I wake up, I'm there, and I'm trying to do anything and think about anything, but all I can think about is him and cry and literally cannot move. Like I'm like beating myself up on the inside, like move, get up, do something. I will sit there for hours. I won't move. I won't get up and go to the restroom. I won't reach over and grab my cell phone. I won't pick up the remote and change the channel. Nothing. So, I'm on medication for that. Uh, my weight has been up and down, up and down. There are days where if someone even mentions his name, just it doesn't even matter why, it flips off in my head and I'm in another world. And this was my baby brother. I met him when I was 5. I met him while I was cutting his umbilical cord because my mom gave birth to him in our living room. And myself and my eldest brother, we helped deliver him. And that's the day I met him, and he's the love of my life. Um, there was a point in time, due to other reasons, which is another subject, another topic. He was away for 5 years. And this is as a small kid. But he came back when he was 10. And me, myself, I've had a rough childhood. Um, and there were many thoughts of suicide. I even attempted once. Um, but I remain here now because I had got the news that my brother was coming home. And I had got the news he was coming home almost a year before he actually came home, came back. He was living with his dad. And that's what kept me going. That's it. If you talk to anybody who knew me back in that day, school, whatever, they'll tell you all I talked about was my brother coming home. So he came home when he was 10. I was 15, and my life was right again, you know. And so of course, since then, life has happened to all of us. And it didn't matter. I have given birth to 4 children. I have 4 grandchildren. One is an angel now, R.I.P. Ian. And baby, I'm married. Got some in-laws. I got some brother-in-law. Brother-in-laws. Got a mother-in-law, auntie-in-laws, things like that. Life has definitely gone on because we all have our own lives to live. But my life isn't moving in a straight line. Um, Not at all. It is crisscrossing, it's jagged, it's catacornered, it's maze like, it's spider webby, and most of that is here and here. And then just to hear that so many people, residents in their company and their friends and their family have been ODing off of this heroin. There's nothing I can do for them. And there's nothing I can say for them. And I guess the only reason why I even attempted to make this is to say, women, females, we can slow this down. We could bring it to a halt and eventually get it to where it's such a non happening thing that it's almost non-existent. And what I mean by that is I don't care what your race is, and I don't really care what your age is. But in order to continue to support a life of addiction of hard street drugs such as heroin, or hey, even hey, let's combine right here, murder, black on black crime. Okay, we're gonna put those together, all right? Because these day and ages they're running hand in hand. And so, what I mean by that, women, we can slow this down. These are our fathers, our uncles, our sons, our nephews, our cousins. These are our neighbors of 15, 20 years. You know, when these people don't have it and they need it, we all somehow make sure they get it. And you may say, oh, no, no, no. Okay, well, that could be possibly what you're thinking. But remember, there was 2 packs of chicken and a loaf of bread that you gave your niece to feed her kids. Okay. What you did was allow her to keep 25, 30 bucks in her pocket. So she used her own money to go and get high. But she was only able to do it because you gave her groceries to feed her and her children when they was not in danger of going hungry. Okay. Um, it's our sons and nephews and our boyfriends and our babes, our boos and our baby daddies and our side pieces and all this old crazy stuff. They're the ones out there that are committing the murders. They're the ones out there distributing these drugs. I don't care who's the mastermind, what the race is, where the country is, what the bank account looked like. The foot soldiers, the minions, still look like us, talk like us, walk like us, eat like us, sound like us. They die like us because they are us. And it's us that are constantly letting them in our house because they are our son, our father, our brother, our nephew, our niece, our mom. It's us giving up our debit card, our PIN numbers, our EBT cards, our SNAP cards, our PIN numbers. We're doing that. We're handing over the car key, the bus pass. We're doing that. Because for the most part, either we don't want to be looked upon as a hateful person as we get older, an unfit mother, or just a person in the family that's non-compliant with family is everything. Nothing, the blood is thicker than water, and the family that prays together stays together. If you don't fit that conformation, or I don't know if that's the right word, but if you don't fit it, then they make you the problem. You really ever had a family member that's addicted to something really horrible and they do really horrible things to get it and to keep it? You ever had that family member call you up and ask you or come over and ask for some money? You know what it's for. They know that you know what it's for. So either they still tell you a lie and tell you it's for this, or they tell you the truth. It don't matter. But you turn that person down. Have you ever got a call from your relative, let's just say Your mother. Later on, asking you politely to give that family member that amount of money that they asked you for and that they will pay you back. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that you know this person wants this $10, this $15, whatever, for crack rock or heroin or and you know that that's what they want it for, and you're willing to give it to them, but you guys are not in the same geographical location. You may be east, they may be west. You may be at work or whatever. So you also let that person know. Oh, but I asked so and so, and so they give you a call. Like I said, let's just say your mother. They give you a call and ask you to politely to give that person the 10, 15, or $20. They'll give it back to you. But the point is, they know what the person wants it for. And you confirm it by saying, no, I'm not going to give my money to somebody so they can go get some damn heroin, or they can snort it up their nose or put it in their vein. And all you get from the other end is, yeah, yeah, we know, we know. But just go ahead. Oh, let me get it. You would rather for them to have the money, to go get the money, and to get high, and not bust out a car window and steal out of a purse, or run into a store and do a quick hold up, or go into someone's house and go into their purse. I get it, but that's not my problem, my fault. That's not your problem, not your fault. So why are you giving over money to further this? It's it's absolutely crazy. These women, females out here with they ride or die boyfriends, they bathe they boobs, like I said, whatever, they been man crushes and all of this stuff. You the problem, girl. You giving him a place to stay without hardly ever knowing him. You give him transportation without hardly even knowing him. You give him power over your children without hardly even knowing him. You disrespect your mother and those you know actually love you and mean well for you, even if they are ghetto, fabulous, and hood as hell. But you go against them for someone you barely know. And then he's on drugs, he's selling drugs. He got you on drugs, he got people in your house doing drugs, he got people in your house cooking up drugs, he got people in your house meeting to buy drugs. He got people in your house doing drugs while they playing video games. All these things, which leads to you being mistreated, you being manhandled, you becoming part of a domestic violence situation, even if it's just verbal. Your children now are targets for sexual molestation, also for finding weapons and hurting themselves or someone else, also from drug addiction. Now this is going to become their life. And people, every time I say this, oh, I get the biggest backlash from women. That's how you know I'm telling the truth. Females, we have to stop. Mothers, I'm not telling you not to love your child. I ain't telling you to leave your child out there bare ass and cold. I'm not telling you that. Mm-mm. But what I'm telling you is stop. Stop. If your child has this incredible, incredible drug habit, and you don't want anything to happen to your child at all. Now, by child, I mean an actual underage child all the way up to adulthood, baby. Once you're a parent, you are always a parent until you cease to exist. Okay? So don't give them the money. It's that simple. You don't even have your own house to stay in. If the hell I'm giving you $40 on the phone bill for or an electric bill for. Whoever dumb enough to let your ass live with them need to know how to pay their bills. Oh wait, they can't because they're on the same drug you on. Or they the ones selling it to you. There was a situation with my dad when he was still alive that at one point in his life he resided with people who pretty much only wanted him there. So because at the first of the month, they could be the one that he's indebted to. And yeah, there was a while my dad dated this whatever. We'll talk about that piece of Anyway, so there were a number of years, not that many, but one is too many. But there were a number of years where he did crack cocaine. And there were several family members, honey, family blood, with thicker blood connected to him than mine. I'm his daughter. That would only have him laying in their house for up to 4 to 7 days. So for about 3 to 4 days, or maybe even a week, would let him have a comfortable place to stay because he knew he had those checks coming in. They knew he was an alcoholic. They knew this cunt. Sorry. They knew this female that he was now in love with and all this old stuff was a crackhead. And so they knew he had became not a crackhead because he wasn't one of those, but a crackhead. Anywho, so they could take advantage of him, let him live here for a little while, and at the first of every month, because your son sells the crack or whatever, he can come over, and get that money, sell him those rocks. Therefore, less money he have. Oh, and even though he only been at your house for 3 days, he gotta give you $150 something for laying up in your shit. And since he, don't got a definite place to stay, up them stamps. They didn't do anything to help my dad get off of this drug or to get him to stop this drug because some of them were on the same drug. And that was their reason for allow him to be there with them and all of this because they were also on the same thing. My whole point was no one was taking care of anyone, but everyone was taking advantage of him because he was an alcoholic. He had been one since he was a teen. He's a lovable, sweet man, seriously non-violent. Oh my God, a chef. Mwah. Oh, magnifique, the food, delicious, and all of those stuff. He was handsome. Uh, Everybody loved him. I mean, if I believe that he babysat every freaking niece and nephew that was ever born to him. He taught them the tricks of the trade, baby. Uncle Mike, the legendary Mike. A lot of them have him tattooed, his name or whatever, tattooed on their bodies now because he was that guy. But my point is, no matter who he was to them, no one stopped the drugs because, like I said, some of them were on the drugs. So my point being is, people act like they can't stop something or they can't help something. Yes, you can. You can. I'm here to tell you, I've done some devious ass shit to my little brother's them because of this drug shit. Oh, baby, some devious ass shit. My brother that's gone, that's passed away, the one that has me with all his heartache and anger and rage, him and my other younger brother that comes before him, oh, baby, I done had them locked up so many times. Yes, I have. Put in jail 6 to 18 months or more. And I don't give a fuck what I had to say. And I don't give a shit what I had to do. And people are like, well, they can get more drugs in jail quick and fast and easier than they can on the street. That made motherfucking me. I ain't there. I don't know. That's what they need to be. And each and every time they came out, they were clean. And they were clean for a while. And they had their head in the game and life was right. But you know what? Here we go again. Friends, partners, female. I'm talking the ones you just fuck. Your aunties and various people, your baby mamas, your baby mamas. Everybody wants to dress them up because they look good. Put them clothes from head to toe. Everybody want to drop 2, 3 bills in their pocket at the first of the month when they get their welfare checks, their exercise checks, and possibly even their paychecks. Everybody wanted to keep both of my brothers looking good. It's their property. So you can't keep a clean person clean if you keep bringing them into your dirty environment. If you still on the same shit, I mean, they know better. They know better. But we're talking about us. We're talking about the ones who ain't doing shit to help. You still on heroin, motherfucker. You don't call nobody up and ask them to come roll with you. Come go to a barbecue with you. Come with you while you pick your daughter from daycare and drop off at a dumbass mama house. You don't know. You still a fucking drug addict. They're not. Leave them alone. But you can't do that. You can't do that. That's like inviting a stone cold alcoholic to a motherfucking wine tasting. What the fuck are you thinking? Then when they drive a car and kill a school bus full of kids or some shit, you know, he been an alcoholic for a long time. I told him I wouldn't even let him in my house with all that motherfucking drinking. You a motherfucking lie. You take your ass to the liquor store with them. You use their money to buy your motherfucking liquor. And after they didn't got all liquored up, oh, they too motherfucking drunk now. You got to go home. You got to get away from here. Wow. And then over here where I live, it's a damn shame because these young ladies, you know, whether they mean it or not, they go to school to be CNAs, nurses, or they already are. They have children. They're driving nice cars, whether it's paid for by the government or a paid job. Well, you know what they got in their house? Motherfucking murderers. Straight dope dealers. Every day it's niggas walking on this lot with guns, assault rifles, not looking for trouble, but knowing trouble's coming because they out here in the open and they selling their drugs. And these girls got these dudes letting people in their house and they selling big stuff and moving big weight. Now, mind you, I don't know these people. I just witness what I see when the cops show up. Okay, I only know one of my neighbors, and we don't gossip like that. So this is just what I see and what I hear in passing. I don't know none of these people, but my heart hurts because these young ladies get kicked out and they got all this expensive furniture and clothing, and you know, because they're young, they're part of this generation where everything has to look good, overwork good, or mean good. It has to look good first. And I just feel so bad. Their mothers be coming out here, or she can't move back in with me, and all this stuff, and it's sad. And then if they didn't have a drug problem, if all they did was smoke cigarettes or not, like just nothing, but now they do. Now they're on drugs. You know, uh, car getting shot up because while they're at work, this guy that they've been dating for a few weeks or maybe a month or so is out here in the street doing his dirt with the drugs, either using it, selling it, or both. But in your shit, and you know it. And then all of a sudden, you think it was an accident that your car got shot at while you was at the stoplight. You think that car was shooting at that other car and your car was just in the way. No, bitch, he was shooting at you. When you met this nigga, when your son was 9 years old, you didn't know this nigga from damn. You moved him in 2 weeks later. Now your son 13 at the motherfucking gas station begging for change because he's strung out on drugs, having sex with grown ass motherfucking men in these goddamn hotels because he's strung out on drugs. And he's 13 because of you and your nigga. And you may keep yourself clean, but you ain't doing nothing for those around you. Mothers, our children are going to always be our children till we cease or they cease. But just sit back, letting them live in your house, talk to you any kind of way. All of these things, drop out of school, beat on women, child molestation, whatever the fuck they into. And you keep opening up your door, letting them in. You keep giving them your debit card, your credit card, your EBT card. You keep letting them drive your car. They let them sleep in the basement, on the back porch, on the front porch, up in the attic. You keep lying to your husband, your girlfriend. All of this stuff, we got to stop it. We got to stop. You know, there was a situation. Well, it wasn't even a situation. It was an observation. I was here in the apartment I live in because this ain't no house. I was here at this apartment that I live in, and I witnessed something or observed something myself and my husband did. I was so upset that I had to leave my own house because of something that I pledged to do to that person. If I observed something like that again, I had to leave. And I didn't come back until that person was gone because I don't want to hurt that person. But that's the position I'm in. I'm not going to be hurt again. You know, I'm not over my little brother dying, so I'm not going to be out here dying over another family member or a friend or a close loved one, which my circle is so small. The only people that I have to love are my siblings, my offspring, and just a very, very, very tight knit circle. So tight it looked like a piece of nappy hair, you know. But anyway, I'm just upset uh, finding out that there's been several ODs over here where I live, and a few of them have resulted in death. And these people have small children. not adult children, not even teenage children that can take care of themselves. And it's sad. It's incredibly sad. What really sparked the video, besides that, is we were supposed to be having a tenant meeting out in front of our building here today at 10 after 2. And so it was 10 after 2. And I heard my door chime. So I'm figuring it's the office management and the rest of the residents of this building are out there for the impromptu meeting. But it wasn't. It was a kid ringing the doorbell of another apartment to see if their kids were home from school because he was wanting to play. But however, that neighbor that whose bell was rung, we entered the hall together. Okay, and she had about this much of marijuana blunt. Oh no, I'm not judging because I smoke marijuana as well. But I'm saying she had about this much of a marijuana blunt, and it was lit. Okay, and she was high as hell, but not from that blunt. Not from that blunt. Now, how the hell you finna conduct yourself in a meeting with the residential management, whatever? How you gonna conduct yourself in a meeting and you're clearly high off heroin? They don't care if you smell like marijuana. They know even the roaches and the mice and the bed bugs up in this motherfucker smoke weed. But how are you gonna conduct yourself in front of them when you naughty? It's black. That upset me so. Because I was trying to talk to her, and the minute her mouth started moving, her tongue was knotted. Yeah, I don't know what they want to talk about this meeting. Girl, I got shit to do. Okay, well, anyway, that was I don't even know how long this has been on. I know I got a counter somewhere, but I don't know. Y'all already know what happened the last time. I got the clicking buttons and I couldn't get myself back to where I was. Um, so, I titled this Heroin is No Hero because I actually wanted to talk about the reasons people have given me for being on heroin. But I guess I didn't touch on that today. I was just a little bit, all over the place. Probably because it's a live video. I'm not used to going live, and I just thought maybe some people would chime in and we would get to talking or whatever. So to expand that conversation instead of me just sitting here sounding like a crazy one. But don't worry about it. There'll be a Heroin is No Hero part 2. Hopefully, I'll have some people to interact with and converse with. Now, what's really going to kill it, if I go to that other screen and there were actually people there trying to chat with me and I couldn't see it, I'm going to be really upset. But I'll get this live thing down. But there's going to be a part 2. Okay. And part 2 may get deep. See, I didn't want to go deep. I don't want to cry. Don't want to actually think about my brother. But we're going to talk about how their addiction could lead to your addiction. Okay. Well, it's my first attempt at trying to be, one of those people's. But ladies, stop lying to yourself and stop pretending. Okay. And once again, that's your husband, fiance, boyfriend, boo, bae, side piece, side nigga, baby daddy, dick on the side, whatever y'all calling them. And for most of them, they wouldn't have a place to lay their head if it wasn't for your place. They wouldn't have transportation if it wasn't for your transportation. They wouldn't have easy money if it wasn't for your money. Okay? They wouldn't have money on their books if it wasn't for you. They wouldn't have visitors if it wasn't for you. Now, I'm not saying turn your back, but you got to stop. I mean, how many people do you want to see die and OD and brain damage and heart damage? Just all this stuff and constantly influencing your kids and your grandkids. And y'all ain't dumb. Y'all know it's y'all. Us, females, but not me. I'm too smart for that. I love hard, I love deep, but I do not love without sense. All right. Later.